Thank you for waiting. When you're young, you take a lot of risk, man, and you get lucky. You get lucky that you make it through that. If you do make it through that time of your life and you ride or you drive fast like I did, I had so many moments where I didn't mitigate risk, and I'm just fucking lucky probably to be here, honestly. Situational awareness is so important. Quick story. I got my car totaled. I got a payout because it wasn't my fault. Dude ran a stop sign and totaled my Audi. I got paid for that. They delivered it in a check. So I made sure to be here and see when that check got delivered because I don't trust nobody because I'm overly cautious. I just happened to look outside right when the delivery guy was here with the check for my car for an undisclosed amount. I grab the check, I walk outside, I look around, and there's a sus-ass car sitting at the stop sign by my house, just sitting there, not turning, no blinker, not moving, not going anywhere. It's middle of the day, there's not a lot of traffic in my area. I'm like, well, that's a little weird. It's a guy and what looked like his girlfriend. And it looked like they were arguing a little bit and then looking in my direction. I'm like, oh, that's a little weird, overly paranoid, but my first thought is, they got tipped off on the check. And that sounds paranoid as fuck, right? Sure it does. Guess what? Being paranoid to that extent is never going to hurt you as long as you're not a lunatic. Like, being paranoid like that is only going to protect you. Squirrel. So what happened, story's not over. I think this story is important to just explain to you why being overly cautious, regardless of what you're doing, is important, and that translates to riding. So I went inside, I finished getting ready to go to the bank, hop in the car, and they're still sitting in the stop sign. I was inside for like 5 minutes. They pulled over now, still sitting at the stop sign. I'm like, well, that's very suspicious and interesting. And I'm like, that's weird. So I just got in the car and I sat there and I stared at them. We're basically, in essence, facing each other. My car's parked in the street, basically like saying where these trees are, and they are at that intersection on the other side, parked on that side. So we're in essence looking at each other like they were in a standoff. And I'm like, I'm not going nowhere, you go ahead. I'm just gonna wait. And I just thought, I will not drive away until that car is gone. And I waited for like a couple minutes, and it looked like they finally got impatient. Then they put their blinker on and they turned right. Just so happened to be the way I had to go to get to the bank. So I decided to give it just a few seconds. I waited and I'm like, all right, let's go. I might have been over paranoid, but whatever. Now they're gone. Not worried about it. I make a left. I go down through that street that I made a left on. I go through the next intersection. Oh, you're... Thank you. Nice old couple. So anyway, I didn't go for a walk today. I'm actually kind of annoyed. This is like the route I like to take a walk at. Let me finish the story quick. So I make a left at that intersection where they turned right down. Okay. Okay. And I go through the next stop sign. And next thing I know, I see a car pulling out from the parking lot. There's a bar, and it's them. They're pulling out right in front of me as I'm passing, and they stop. They're waiting in the parking lot, and they're just watching me. I drive right across the front of them. I'm like, well, that's two reasons that I'm extra suspicious of you. Okay? So I drive past them. I look in my mirror, and of course, they turn behind me, and they follow me. I make a right turn at the next stop sign to go toward my bank. I look in my mirror. I'm watching my mirror the whole time. Head on a swivel, always. Extra cautious. I made a right, drive down. I check my mirror. They make a right and follow me also. Like, all right, well, now that's too many coincidences. I didn't like what I saw. It just happened to be they showed up when that check got dropped off. Let's make a random left. So I made a random left because I got ahead of them. By the time they were able to turn behind me, there was a couple cars between us. I make a random left. I loop around and I park on the side of the road so that I'm facing like this, the road that I was driving on that they're following me on. Not legit. It's fucking God's honest truth. They pull up, they look, they see me, they pull into the parking lot right across the street. It's a T intersection. I made a left onto this road. They pull to the parking lot right across the street and do a loop. And now I see him and her are really arguing. And they looked at me. I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't really see like exactly what they look like. I won't describe them, but like it was just, let's just say it was a guy and his girlfriend, and it looked like the girl was like getting mad and like, no. And now I'm like, okay, 100% these motherfuckers knew a check was getting dropped off at my house. 100% they were trying to snatch that shit. And now that I grabbed it, it f***ed up their plan. They thought they had a payday. And now that I had it, they probably still wanted to figure out how to get it. You will not tell me that that's not what they were doing. No one will convince me otherwise. What are the odds? They just happened to be there. They weren't moving. Didn't have a blinker on when I left my house. I waited. We were in a standoff basically till they finally went. Then they parked somewhere, waited me to pass them. Then they followed me. Then I turned left at a random street, not going to my bank. They just happened to pull into the parking lot right across the street from that, like a couple miles down the road. Then they're arguing, looking at me. And then I, at that point, got out of the car and I went like, I put my hands out like, what's up? Just to let them know, like, I know what you're doing. Like, I'm f***ing on to you. As soon as I did that, they literally took off and rode back the way they came. Toward the, we'll stop. They went back the way they came. I don't need to say anything else. 100% they were going to steal my check, bro. If I didn't stop somewhere public and confront, I don't know what they would have tried. I get the feeling he was like still trying to like do this. And she was probably doing the thing where she's like, no, come on, this wasn't a part of the plan. I mean, this is the conversation I imagined in my head, so I don't fucking know what they were talking about. For all I know, they were lost and looking for a good chicken spot. They were trying to, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they were looking for a restaurant and they were just lost. Too much of a coincidence. I remember my girl would tell me, like, yeah, don't be so paranoid. If I feel like I'm being followed, sometimes I circle my block a few times. I don't give a what's it going to hurt me to circle my block? Did I cut someone off and piss them off and I didn't realize it? I see people making every turn I'm making, you know, combined with some other sus activities. It doesn't happen often. I'm not circling my block every time I come home. But like, regardless of the situation, my head is always on a swivel. That's the moral of the story. If you ride a motorcycle, it's so inherently dangerous. If that's not how you like live your life anyway, you need to start doing that when it comes to riding. If you want to do this and have a great time and like be around to do it the next day and not leave your family and not get severely hurt, head on a swivel. All right. I think that's it. I think we're going to call this video here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned, future videos. I'm about to train on some wheelies. I'm going to use Jixabraw's video to do that. I had the Aprilia demo day that I'm editing right now, which is a freaking blast. I got some awesome footage on the RS660. I got in trouble for doing a wheelie on that. That was a whole story. We'll go into that though in that video. I have 10 different videos I'm currently editing and a ton more planned. So please stay tuned. Hit subscribe, like the video, and let me know what you think about the shit I said. Let me know what you think. Do you have anything to add? With that being said, I think we're going to call it here. Thank you for watching. I think we're going to call it here. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. Like, sub, like I said. And as always, please ride safe. Wear gear and ride safe. All right. My girlfriend's putting a cigarette out right now. That's why we're doing this angle. But it probably came out pretty awesome, so that's cool. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, how come not? Why not? 90% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. Why the F? Just freaking subscribe to the channel! Alright.